Everything you learned in history class was a lie. Well, maybe not everything, but they skipped the best parts. Introducing Stupiracy, where stupidity meets conspiracy. Ever heard of the Olympic marathon that nearly killed its runners? Or the time a pope put another pope's corpse on trial? Join me, Scott Rizzuto, and Tim McKernan as we uncover the most outrageous historical moments and mind-blowing conspiracies you won't believe actually happened. Tune into Stupiracy for your weekly dose of historical absurdity. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Remember, history is dumb, but laughing at it is smart.
I think. Oh, yeah. Perfect.
I have items.
I have items.
Jump right into it, gentlemen. Let's go.
The topic is Americana. I was at Americana last evening with retired Lieutenant Colonel Ricey watching the boxing matches.
Nice.
And what's more Americana than boxing, which used to be extremely popular, right?
What did A.J. Liebling call it? The sweet science?
The sweet science. Yeah. And it is a science, unlike this thing that the youth of America likes, MMA, where they grab a guy by a head and kick him in the groin.
I don't approve of that.
I don't either. But boxing, it was great because we were a little back from the ring because they got the COVID bubble and all that stuff. And but we got to sit. First of all, Jim and I come in. We're sitting there, and then this group of 6 or 7 people come in, and it says their T-shirts, Team Bulletproof.
Okay.
Team Bulletproof. So, first of all, I'm very impressed that in 2021 we can still have a fighter that has the nickname Bulletproof.
Okay. Right.
And that was a kid from Brandon, can't remember what his last name was. He was a cruiserweight from Atlanta. And these were his parents and and the aunt. And it was great because really nice people until he started fighting this other guy, the guy from Nigeria, who was, was a pretty couple of guys that just threw a lot of punches. And when Mom started screaming, hit that!
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Take it. I was thinking parents in wrestling are crazy.
Yes.
Parents in wrestling in real wrestling are crazy. And I would just think what it'd be like if your kid was a boxer. Can you imagine? I mean, kids, they get worked up when somebody gets bored in hockey.
Have
can
your
you
kid be a
imagine?
golfer.
Yeah, right. But it was a really good. They had 2 great fights before the main event. 2 10-rounders and a kid named Suarez that was supposed to beat this tough old Filipino at 148, and the Filipino beat him on a real close decision. And then Bulletproof nudged in a very close decision a guy named Pitbull from Nigeria. We had Bulletproof.
Okay.
But the fight between the Filipino and the Suarez from Brownsville, Texas, the judge giving the fight basically to Boban or whatever his name was, Kyle Sheely.
Really?
Kyle Sheely is a boxing and MMA
Cousin
referee.
Kyle.
Who promoted this?
It is promoted by Premier Boxing Champions, which has got its deal with Fox. This fight was on Fox, Big Fox last night, PBC boxing card. They run a couple of months.
Fox, you mean local Channel 9?
No, I mean national. This is a national fight in the Armory. But then the Cuban kid, David Morale Jr., who defected. He was a 20-year-old. He defected from Cuba in middle of 2018, and he had already had 137 fights as an amateur at 20 years old. Went to Mexico, had to stay in Mexico for 15, 16 months waiting for the paperwork, and then he went to Miami. And Louis DeCubas, who lived in Minnesota from 1966 to 1984, and his dad had had a place out in West St. Paul and his dad, Louis Sr., big buddy of Tony Oliva's. He died now, but
what do you mean he had a place in West St.
Jim.
West St. Paul, some kind of
Jim?
yeah.
Oh.
And anyway, he sends him. He wants to get him out of Miami. He doesn't like having a 22-year-old, 21-year-old Cuban kid
There might be
in
some
Miami.
temptation.
There might be some temptations because they've had that happen to another. They had another guy, Garbe, who was like an Olympic champion and was going to be the next big thing. And apparently, the bright lights of Miami kind of waylaid him. So they sent him up here, and he's working with the Frasers at the Circle of Discipline gym, which used to be on Lake Street. It might be moving, but anyway, this Morrell has only had. This was only his 5th fight. And he's already won one of the Alphabet world titles, super middleweight, in his 3rd fight. So last night, Joe, you'd love this. He's fighting this Mexican guy. Who's only had 12 fights, but he just beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. So that was kind of his. So that got him this fight. Well, they have a ramp that these guys walk out of their locker room, kind of above the crowd.
Yeah.
You know.
So you can see elevated.
And Cesaris was this guy's name, Mario Cesaris. He comes out. He's got a biggest red sombrero that you've ever seen. Cisco Kid never
theater.
had one
Yeah,
like
little
that.
theater.
He's got what was Pancho's buddy? You know, Pancho
Pancho
never had a
Cisco.
sombrero. Red, bright red. He's got a red vinyl robe. He's got red vinyl shorts, boxing shorts, and he's got the Mexican music blaring, and he's got a guy
Mexican
behind him.
Afghans.
He's got a guy behind him waving the Mexican flag, and the 100 Mexican fans up there in the boondocks are cheering. Like, yeah, that stuff. Yeah,
Mariachi.
and then he comes into the ring, gets introduced, jumps around, and then here comes Morrell, the Cuban kid, by himself. Walks into his corner. Doesn't
him
even
out in 10
have a robe on. He doesn't even have a robe on. And the Mexican kid is waving to the crowd and doing
He's
all
working
this
it.
thing. The next time he's waving to the crowd is 15 minutes later to show them he's still alive. Because they get the bout starts, and they get the first time they're fighting in close. The guy grabs, the Mexican
gives him the
guy
hug.
grabs him, and you say, "Oh, he
knows
wants
he's
no
in trouble.
part of this."
Right.
So Morrell finally they mess around. He hits him in the crotch.
Oh.
So he gets warned for that. Then he hits him with an elbow. He's trying to do all that stuff, and finally Morrell kind of hits him in the side of the head with a right, and he's a left-hander, and he hits him with this short left. This guy crumpled. He looked like a sack of potatoes down there in the corner. It was great because this kid could really fight, and they're gonna try to. They got him, and they got another guy named Jamal James. Who's got some kind of a WBA title too.
your guy,
Bulletproof, yeah.
Brandon Glanton from
Glanton,
Atlanta.
Yep. Team Bulletproof. I got friendly with Team Bulletproof.
14-0.
I'm going to change this topic dramatically.
Okay.
Really?
One more thing about the boxing. There was a
Round
guy.
three.
There was a guy.
Go ahead.
There was a guy next to me who kind of took over this seat.
Yeah.
Young black guy, 31, 32. And they play rappy type music
Right.
between rounds, And this guy was dancing between, he'd get up and he'd do he's a smooth,
working the crowd too?
slow dancing guy like this and this. And I finally said to one of the Bulletproof guys, "Is this guy as good a dancer as he thinks he is?" And he looked at me, but anyway, it was fun.
What did you think of the
Bulletproof.
venue, by the way? Is this your first time
I've
there?
been there
Okay.
4 or 5 times.
Okay.
But they
Okay,
hadn't
good.
had a fight here since August 31st, 2019. This is their first event in there since the pandemic.
I was there for an event the week of the Super Bowl. It was really cool. I like that
Yeah, it
place
is.
a lot.
It's good.
You ever been there?
Many times.
Well, here's the key thing for Ned Abdul.
Isn't it on the National Register of Historic
Yes,
Places?
but Ned Abdul, own money, put 40 million into it. It's
Really?
great. Yeah. But one thing, each side of the arena bar 60 yards long.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
So
our
they'll.
business.
You can
might
get a
not-
beer at the boxing match.
Yes, and you don't have to wait in line long. And the good thing about the boxing is the girls go get the liquor while the guys sit there. The girlfriends go get the liquor, and they're coming back with 4 shots of tequila and stuff like that.
A boxing fans party, I think. Is what
I
it
said
is.
this on Twitter. I love boxing crowds. And if you told a boxing crowd that today's game was postponed, was called off, and it wasn't raining, they would kick your ass.
Yeah, they'd turn the
They
armory
wouldn't
upside
take
down.
it. They wouldn't take it with disappointment.
What
They'd
was the
come
story
looking
behind
for
that?
you.
They could have played all day Saturday, all day long.
Rocco didn't want to play.
Why? Because he wasn't
Rocco-
playing that game that day.
Rocco's Friday, they had to pitch the bullpen game, the dreaded bullpen. First of all, let's go back all the way to Wednesday. They were off.
Yep.
It isn't like this was the 21st game in 21 days.
Well,
or
they had to
something.
rest, Pat. We needed rest.
Then Thursday, they use they get a couple 3 relievers, right? Mm-hmm. Friday, they pitched the bullpen game, and they win that game. So he wants Maeda supposed to pitch Saturday. He wants Maeda to pitch against the White Sox tonight. And he doesn't want to have Maeda pitch Sunday and have Hap gets his ass kicked by them again. So anyway, there's rain in Rochester. There's rain maybe in
St. Cloud.
Cannon Falls, but there's no rain, and yet they won't start the game. Joe, the tarp is not on the field, and there's a guy watering the dirt when they announce the game has been rained.
Are kidding me.
And when they announce the game has been rained out. And I live 4 miles from the ballpark, straight west. I said there wasn't enough rain to make you cancel or walk around the block. Hey, it's drizzled a little, but we can go. It didn't. The official rainfall, somebody looked this up for me, in the 24-hour period ending at 7:30 p.m. Saturday night, 0.12 inches, 1/10 of an inch.
Well, don't they realize that it's embarrassing?
It is.
Don't they
How
realize
about the guy? There's a guy that texted me send me a photo of his 2 little kids, 3 and 5. It's from Savage. They're there. I'm sure Dad's been telling them for 2 months, hey, we're going to the ball game on this date. And they're sitting there in the sun looking up at the sky, and they're
Why is the tarp on the field,
saying
Daddy?
there's no day game today, sons. And this is summer weekends. That's when families make their
these
one
plans,
trip
yes.
a year to the ballpark, right? Or
Somebody
2.
should have put Rocco in his place.
Yes, Dave St.
Did we get
Peter.
after him via Zoom?
Zoom. Well, they'll come up with after what I wrote today. They'll come up with some phony baloney excuse that really Rocco had nothing to do with it and blah blah blah. Because they said, the forecast was for heavy rain all afternoon. What I saw was 30% chance, and I was with the lieutenant colonel.
Were you at the game?
No, we didn't go, but I showed him the radar. And he said, that looks like she's staying south.
Yeah, because he's a weather guy.
Yeah, well, I was, basically, he predicted dust storms in Saudi Arabia and whatever the hell that country was, Iraq.
Over there.
All right,
Okay, yesterday when that, who was it, Taylor Nash? The player that got hurt?
Oh, yeah.
Cleveland.
Yes.
The Taylor Nash?
No,
Naylor. Tyler
Naylor.
Naquin. Tyler Naquin.
I
No,
wasn't even
no,
close.
you're both wrong. Naylor.
Tyler Naylor.
That big left-handed hitter.
Okay.
I don't know his first name. Yes.
Okay, while he's out there writhing in pain,
Yes.
the grounds crew made a motion, according to Bremer, to get the tarp
ready just in
because somebody
case.
saw a cloud somewhere.
I know. It's unbelievable. I mean, there's no, you can't do that to people. You can't. You have to have a reason beyond 2 managers agreeing that they're short of pitching to call off a Major League Baseball
I
game.
really don't like what's happening in this game.
No,
I
I
really
don't.
don't. It's making me
Well,
very
it-
nervous.
But is
It's-
this situation, Pat, unique to MLB, or is this going on all across the league?
I don't think it's going on all over the league.
See, and I don't
think-
either.
You know, if I don't know who they would have, who would have had the influence to tell. There's no way the business operation wanted to
Right.
not play yesterday. There's
It's a
no
cl-
way the business
It's a
operation.
classic example of my theory. They're not playing today's game. He's worried about
That's
a
right.
distant
Oh,
game.
he was. You're actually absolutely
I know.
right. Because Maeda can go pitch against Cleveland
Oh, what-
and beat him, but then he doesn't know who he's going to pitch against the Whiteys on Monday. So
Dear
you're
Joe,
right.
Dear Joe and Pat, on Monday Night Sports Talk, there was some speculation on whether Andrelton Simmons from the island of Curacao spoke English. I assure you, he can. I first visited the Dutch Caribbean ABC island nations of Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. Is it Curacao or Curaçao?
Curacao, I believe, but
Whatever.
I might be wrong.
42 years ago, Curacao is the most cosmopolitan of the islands, famed for its shopping. Aruba for its white sand beaches, and Bonaire, known as the diver's paradise, where Terry and I return each year until 2016. The literacy rate for the islands is over 98%. I remember one ugly American diver complaining that the dive masters seemed a little slow. Peter Hughes, the owner of the dive operation, explained that it was because of all the languages they spoke. The first language the kids learn at home is Papiamento, the local dialect. At school, they learn Dutch, the official language of the country, then Spanish because they are less than 100 miles away from Venezuela, then English because that is what most tourists speak, then Portuguese because they are so close to Brazil, and then if they work in the diving and tourist trade, which provides most of the jobs, they pick up French, Italian, and German. As Andrelton would say, bon dia, mi amigo. Have a good day, my friend. Bill Stein, our buddy up in Aiken.
I did not know that they had their own language. I thought they just spoke Dutch. But
And we should congratulate Rockford, Minnesota High School.
Yes, way to go.
They had a parade in Rockford yesterday, but because for the first time in the 165-year history of the school, they won a state high school sporting
And it was a
championship.
girls
track and field.
Girls track and field. Way to go.
Good for
and,
them.
yeah, it was amazing. We should also congratulate the two Minnesota women's gymnasts who made the U.S. Olympic team. Pretty amazing. As somebody who first saw gymnastics at the '84 Olympics with Mary Lou Retton,
Oh, yeah.
the idea that we would be a cradle of gymnastic potency was never occurred to me. So.
He the one who got carried around on the shoulder of Bella?
No, that was Carrie
Strube.
Strube.
Yeah,
That was Carrie
a
Strube.
parrot.
Mary Lou Retton was the one that had the huge smile, and she became America's
she was
sweetheart.
America's sweetheart. Yeah, that was the when who was doing the games in NBC doing them in '84.
Let's find out.
We defeated our U.S. girls. Defeated China. China was here, right? They did not. They obviously weren't part of the Russian boycott, the Soviet boycott. They were here, and we defeated China for the team championship in gymnastics. I remember the L.A. Times and NBC declaring this to be a miracle on the same level as Lake Placid. And
Not quite.
hey, the Russians ain't here. Okay, you know they're the half the best gymnastics teams in the world are not here because although Romania was there, but
Who's the guy that got hurt? The Cleveland guy?
Naylor, but I do not know what his first name is. I can't
look it up.
remember. I
That
used
was
Brooke.
that was Joe Theismann-esque, though. You could see it break.
Ooh,
You
yeah.
can just see it break.
Yeah, and he had a hard time not to score.
Josh Naylor.
Josh Naylor, yeah.
Oh, I cannot watch this video. I have to. I have to get rid of this.
Which
screen.
also,
Might have been a wet field from yesterday, huh?
oh, it's
From
terrible
the day
rain.
before, yeah.
Aren't the updates from Tiger's recovery very few? You just don't really see or hear much.
Well, he had the same problem this guy did.
This
Cracked
kid
up.
yesterday had, I bet some major
The
bones.
the
broke.
compound fracture.
Oh.
The compound fracture. But Tiger had the compound fracture, right? Went
Yeah.
through the skin.
Yes, he did.
Oh yeah.
So
I don't know what's more uncomfortable to look right now on my computer, that video of Josh Naylor or Rookie's bald head on Twitter.
I thought I'm such a
He
sucker.
got you.
Well, how would I know that there's an app that can make you bald? What does it do? How do they make that your? Is that actually your face?
That's
then?
his face.
Well, how do
Doesn't
they,
look like you though.
how do they take the hair off?
I don't know how they do it. You can kind of see it.
You
in
look
the-
like a window peeper, by the way. We don't call them window peepers
No, I
anymore.
think they have a more. There's a technical new name. I think.
A name that would make you feel even worse, right?
Yes,
Not a window
A
peeper.
stalker or something like that.
window peeper.
Window paper.
Yeah, doesn't he look like a window peeper?
Doesn't look like you.
No,
It does not look like you.
no, it
You
does
can
not.
find it on Twitter. I tweeted it out.
Yes,
don't know
I
what
thought it was. I said, "What did he do?
You know, Pat-
He'd do anything for a prank." I thought. Yeah,
And all the years we've spent with him and trying to get him to do some work. And
yeah, yes, right.
we now know what he does. He goes and finds an app to make himself bald.
You know how long it was down that rabbit hole too. By the way,
Honest to God.
Is that on par with him measuring his head?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was. Didn't we have the underwater voice thing going or someday? Wasn't that another one?
What?
The
something like this.
yeah, the underwater. You could put an app and make
Yeah, you could
yourself
make
look
it
like you're
sound like-
under,
yeah.
you were underwater or
Right.
something.
Joe, you ever tried that one?
No.
I got a Bluetooth for Father's Day.
Yep.
No idea what to do with it.
Well,
Oh my God, it's a
yeah,
beautiful
change your-
life.
your
It's a beautiful
phone's-
piece of equipment. It's right. I can
your
play
phone's
songs off
got-
my phone through it.
But you got a phone. You've got a Bluetooth on it. So
Well, I don't know what this thing is. I haven't had a kid come over yet to tell me what it is.
Sure.
here's the trouble.
It's really nice
Here's
piece of
the
equipment.
trouble. Here's the trouble with the Bluetooth though. When you have it on, when you turn it on in your phone, then when you put something into the map, it doesn't talk to you.
Oh.
I have
Mine.
no songs on
She
my
doesn't
phone.
talk
Okay.
to me.
You don't?
I want her talking to me.
Hey, Siri, where the bleep am I going?
Yes. Oh, I think that's the greatest invention.
It
Are
is.
songs on your phone free?
Well, you can do
depends on how you-
Spotify and build a playlist.
Sure, I'll do that.
Yeah, you build up a playlist.
Oh, I'm going to get right on
You
it.
can
Transylvania
go to-
65000.
If you want to hear a song, you can go to YouTube and find it and hit the button.
You just reminded me, Joe, we might have to take one thing off the list of things Royce doesn't like. Because I believe he approved the gender reveal party that we had via a wrestling match on.
Here's what I said.
Here we go.
I said, I don't, as long as there weren't any explosives
Yep.
and we weren't hurling any 2-year-old children onto planks, then it's okay.
I approve.
I don't care.
Yeah.
This one's kind of clever.
Yes.
And it wasn't dangerous.
No, not
Nobody
at all.
was going to die.
Completely choreographed.
The
I have no
mother-in-law.
idea what you're talking about.
Gender reveal.
I know what those are. They're problematic.
Yes, they're very
But
problematic.
you found one that you approved
They
of.
had a wrestling match.
One guy was wearing a
between
pink tutu, and a
another
guy was wearing a blue
on
one.
a lawn with a ring, and whoever won the match then was.
But it was
gonna-
great. Rook, you'd love it because it
was
was
good.
WWE style where the ref would give the 3 count. You know, 1, 2, and then
And
the guy in the pink would
right. But they had the crowd outside.
yeah.
Was, I mean, it's
And they didn't hurt each other.
it's
No,
obviously
no.
fun unless you blow
Burn down
something in
8,000 acres of the
Yeah.
state forest.
or knock out
Right.
grandma.
Or kill the
grandma.
mother-in-law or somebody hit her in the side of the temple with a flying projectile.
The latest one, they burned down a whole town in Vermont or something. The dynamite got loose. And,
Is that right?
Yeah.
The one in Arizona was like what? There was the last one in Arizona set a record, right?
I'm a pizza face.
Rook,
You know,
You have
it's hocus.
it is.
It's got a picture of somebody with a pizza
no,
face.
that's
me.
you. Oh,
That's
it's
me.
you. I thought you took a
not
picture
me.
of Joe.
No, that's me.
There's a lot of good things about the internets, but
This ain't one of them.
apps.
Hello, Patrick. So you can do anything. You can do pizza face. You can. What do you want?
Oh man,
Yeah, he's all ours, folks.
Do me, make me bald. Oh, that won't be hard. You ready? Here I am.
Okay, wait.
okay.
I
do
gotta flip
Pat,
this
too.
around.
Well,
Here we go.
all I gotta do is go like this.
Hey, where are you?
Right here. Oh my God, it happened already.
Did it?
Yeah,
What?
Wait.
I look better bald.
Maybe you should shave the rest of it, Joe.
You got a flowing locks compared to me. Because I have the big. I
I almost swore. 1, 2, 3.
got the. How does it do it that quickly?
You have to tweet that out, Rookie.
Let's see it.
Oh
You
my
absolutely
God.
have to tweet
It
that out.
looks the same.
You look
It
like
looks the
Terry Ryan. It's Terry Ryan.
Let me see. Let me see.
Terry Ryan.
He does look like TR.
TR with the glasses, man. It's
You also
Terry
kind of
Ryan.
look like the afternoon drive host at the other station a little bit.
Yeah, he does. Looks a little
But
like
that
Morrell.
face looks more like me, Rook, than your face looks like you.
Yes. Yeah, I would agree with that.
I don't know who. They don't charge you for this, right?
No,
So
no,
it's
what does it accomplish?
Because Rook's going to go there, and now he's going to get inundated with ads that are paying that app. That's what's going to happen.
Is that how it works?
Yes, it does. We have a little bit of breaking news.
Oh, good or bad?
Well, it's okay, but it's from our guy Joe Christensen at the Star Tribune. Gopher Football Stadium is set to change names to Huntington Bank Stadium.
Yeah,
Regions
because
approved Tuesday.
TCF Bank got
Yeah.
sold to.
Aren't they
Huntington
now
Bank.
Huntington Bank?
Yeah, that's what. So Huntington Bank Stadium, the Hunt. What are we going to call it? The Hunt.
The Hunt.
See what you
We
got.
got to go to the Hunt.
And watch your tongue when you're saying that. It's
Currently,
This is why you had a hard time in school.
yeah. Currently, what Rookie is doing is he's taking video of Royce and he has turned Royce's head while he's talking into a strawberry.
okay. That's
But I could see your mouth moving
that's
as a
pathetic.
strawberry head.
Yes. Oh my God.
So this is what
that's not funny.
Yes, it's
funny.
funny.
We know funny.
No, it's
That's
not
not funny. That's not funny.
Yeah, that's a strawberry. It's pretty good.
Bald is funny, but strawberry is not funny. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What else we got? You got to have something. What's
I
this
just gave
America?
You how to talk in Curacao. I gave you
yeah,
the
yeah.
Rockford High School.
Yes. What's this?
We got the Stanley Cup starts tonight.
Oh, that's right. Are they in Montreal?
No, they're in the they're in the Bay.
They're in the
hockey
Bay, yeah.
They're in the Bay.
You certainly. It's hard to be as romantic about the Canadiens as you used to be, but poor Canada has not won a cup since the Canadians beat Gretzky in 1993.
Are they going to let fans into the
I'm
games?
just tired of Canada's whole
No,
act there. It's no fun watching a game in there
No.
without any people
No, and
Why?
I don't, what's their?
because they're the word we can't say.
Oh.
Well, their vaccination rate 2 weeks ago was 8% or something. They don't have any. Why don't we let
Let's
let
send them
come,
some.
Why don't we let them come to International Falls and charge them
There you
charge
go.
them $100? Good for the economy
Yes.
up there.
I don't like
know.
my Habs chances, although I'm rooting for my Habs.
I don't think they'll win a game. Do you,
Oh yeah,
Eric Stahl?
Well, but Price is a pretty
yeah, but
good
there's the
goalie.
trouble with them. How many of their superstars are French anymore? There's no.
they might have one.
There's no lilt to their lineup anymore. You
They
used
got
to have
commies.
them.
They got commies.
I know, but the lilt of
know.
Lamar,
Guy Lafleur,
Guy Lafleur.
Maurice Richard.
I'll look up the Rooster
The
here.
Rooskies don't have a lilt. They got a.
Bernie Boom Boom Jeffrion.
How about Je Perse Kotkaname?
Oh.
I don't think so.
I don't
that's
know.
French.
I don't think that's French.
Lekkonen?
They got a.
That sounds
You know,
Norwegian.
back in the day, boys, before they expanded, they had the rights to all the French Canadians.
Right.
They they could have them. You know,
they're done.
Roger Houle. He was, they could keep them all. That's
They got French Canadians the way the Gophers used to get the Minnesota kids.
Yep, that's true. The big Slavs from up north.
How come that changed? Why did that change? Because we couldn't win?
Kids became more. No, kids just became. They want to get away from mom and dad. Their moms and dads are pains in the ass. They
Yes,
want to
they
go.
are.
Hockey
They want to
parents.
go drink, chase. Have a good time.
Right.
They don't want to
Chase
be
the puck.
monitored.
Chase the puck, yep.
They have those parents. You know what happened? Let me
Here
explain
we go.
it.
They're
to
going to
you.
break it down. Hockey
Back
in
in
Minnesota.
the day,
Yep.
when we got all of them, when University of Minnesota got all of them, Mom and Dad didn't go to practices.
True.
Mom and Dad might even not go to the game if it was
Okay.
more than 20 miles away, right?
Right.
So they weren't sick of Mom and Dad. Now, they got to get every Little League baseball from the time they're 5. Every time they look at a game, there are those two big pains
Right,
in the ass,
right.
Mom and Dad.
Pat,
Right.
Williams game a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
They're in the field. This is 9U. He's 9.
Yes.
The kids he's playing with are 9. Other team. Son was pitching. Dad was sitting maybe 10 feet from me. Every pitch was being analyzed by Dad. And I gave him the glance, went, what are you doing?
You're not helping. You're going to screw
You are
them up.
not
Get
helping.
that off
Do you
my
think he is going to enjoy playing baseball in a year or two? No, he's going to be sick of it. And baseball doesn't need more kids not playing.
Yes. That's,
I couldn't believe
well,
it.
you know, it should be like me. You know, when grandson Luke told me he was going to pitch this year, I said, "Yeah, not a good idea." I said, last year I saw you pitch, and they asked me if you were my grandson. I had to deny it.
Nope, never
No,
seen
I
that
was
kid before in my
I
life.
was like Thomas or whoever. Doubting Thomas. I was, no, I don't know this guy. Who's
When you
this?
go to radar, that's
this
what
guy
comes
with
up.
this guy with the beard? I never heard of him.
Never heard of him before in my
Go
life.
to radar.
Yes.
Oh, I remember what I was going to ask you guys, or Patrick. Do you think Aaron Rodgers will opt out of his contract this year? You heard about
No,
that story?
God, he's not walking away from.
But he's still going to
30
get.
some.
He's still
He
going to.
He gets to keep his.
He gets to keep his
They
bonus.
can't go after
But
the
now
bonus.
I'm not seeing radar. It's that stuff.
Yeah. He can't go. They can't go.
What
over.
happened to
He
the
might.
radar?
He might just take a
think
year
he
off.
might
And then
just
what
be-
happens? And then is he a free agent or
No,
not?
I think what happens is his contract is still under the umbrella of the Packers.
So, okay, I got to go back to our friend Archbishop Hebda. Somebody sent me an email, maybe sent it to you too, saying that he had made the Archbishop aware of our conversation to go read the listen to the
I wrote
podcast.
about it for Sunday, and it didn't get. It's going to be next Sunday.
And I was looking for it, by the way. What happened?
Well, he had a piece in the Catholic Spirit.
Yes, I know, but why wasn't it in this week?
because they didn't have enough space. That's
For a column?
right.
Well, I think what happened, Pat, was Joe sent this column. He mailed it to the old address, and it turns out the building they moved.
I was looking online, and then I was tempted to go up.
That's weird.
Then I was tempted to go up and buy it, but then I never got around to it. That would have been.
No, you didn't miss anything.
Oddly enough, today I had my friend had a problem at the airport, so he wanted to call a.
Why don't we just say it's you?
Okay, you can. So he wanted to call a former vice president that worked at Delta, local guy, Billy Lynch, who just
Okay,
retired.
yes.
So I called Billy and said, I got a problem. I need blah, 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 blah. I said, congrats on your retirement. He said, yeah, I'm 2 weeks in. I said, what are you going to do? He said, I'm going to work for the Archbishop.
Really?
In some capacity, he's a very successful guy, so he's given back some of his time, and he's very excited. I said, Such and Royce, you just ripped Hebda the other
did
day.
not rip him.
Carved him up. That's probably litigation.
We
I bet.
humorously talked about him being overheated at Mass. That's
Lencher
not
probably
ripping him.
hired him for litigation purposes, I'm sure.
No, but here's
He'll
the
never
deal.
fly Delta again.
But
you guys.
here's the deal. This person who emailed me, I can't remember his name, said I don't think he was happy about it. Well, I hadn't even heard it yet.
He is.
He gets it.
He
gets
is
it.
not that.
He's self-deprecating.
I didn't
He's-
buy it.
He
I
gets the
didn't-
needle. He
Yeah.
loves to give the needle.
Yes, I didn't buy it at
Whoever's
all.
told you that's full of BS.
Yeah, I know. Plus, he's a Philly guy.
Yeah.
He's probably boozed the Eagles. You know? He probably would have been
Do you
there.
think he would have been in there booing Santa Claus?
Yeah, Bryce Harper. They're all booing Bryce Harper now. The Archbishop. Boo! Why'd we sign you, you stiff?
They booed Santa Claus.
Yes, they did.
Is that the place where you were walking across the parking lot?
Oh yeah, the most abuse. The most abuse I've ever suffered. Even when playing pool with my brother and he had everybody trying to kill him, I wasn't abused as bad as
What was that for? A Monday night game?
Yeah.
Okay.
9-10 kickoff against the Cowboys.
Oh my God!
A little too late. Little too late. They
When
should.
was this?
Oh, Herschel was playing with the Eagles, so after he left here, I was on the way to either the World Series or the ALCS and stopped in Philly, and they let me off. You've been to the vet. They let me off out on the street because of the traffic. So it's a half-mile walk to the
Through the parking lot?
Yeah, they
let you have
first
it, huh?
of all, they weren't impressed with my girth. Let's say that.
Well, the starting time is what did it. They've been drinking since 3 o'clock.
Oh yeah, this was like 6.
Right.
Did they
I
question your
can't
sexu-
imagine what they were at 9.
Did they question your sexuality as well?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
Yes, they did. No, they didn't question it. They were definitive. They were definitive.
Man, you've had some tough times in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, that's where I had.
Was
my,
it on
That's
par-
where I had my
Bladder attack.
last of my gallbladder attack.
Gallbladder.
That's right.
Yeah.
Were they on par with the way that the Pittsburgh Penguins were going after Brian Bellows in the Stanley Cup final that we've seen on the Broad Street Bullies website?
When they're all right. They're all yelling at him. I was trying to think of
Hey,
the
Bellows.
name of the guy. I was trying to. Yeah, you couldn't do that now.
Oh, you know what?
What do we think?
I wonder if you could.
Oh
No,
God!
You
no,
think
no.
those players are saying that to each other?
Any type of slur?
They get fined.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If
LGBT.
it's sexual or racial,
Right.
You could probably call him a big lunkhead or something. But
You dumb.
You big dummy.
what do we think the member of the Loons suggested to the guy from?
I'm not
the
familiar.
It was an
I saw it
Argentinian.
today.
We had an
And we named
Argentinian.
Chara.
We had an Argentinian who said something to Chara, who's from Portland, right? Who's from another, I don't know
But
where
our
he's
loons
from.
deny this.
They deny it?
Oh, they deny that a slur was heard.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, it sounds, that they lost, the Portland team lost 1-0, and some of those soccer coaches are complete idiots. By the way, I had a tirade about this on Twitter and other places. Every time you go to ESPN.com before you get to the scores, right? For the last week, the play story in the middle is some European soccer game.
Yep.
Denmark versus Belgium or something. Why do I care? As a red-blooded American, in the middle
What's going on
in the
over
middle,
there?
in the middle of a baseball season, with the NBA playoffs and the NHL still going, why do I care who's winning a hockey soccer game in Europe?
No, a
And
soccer match.
Match. It's a match.
Yeah, not with me. I say game just to irritate them. But
Right.
as I pointed out, this was a pretty well-run country, not a lot of hostility until soccer started showing up in the
Yeah,
mid-'70s. That hooligan element of soccer came over here, and now we got guys shooting each other and
Joe,
Remember the
all
kicks?
kinds of
the
stuff.
kicks?
The kicks.
Just a dope smoking occurrence.
Yes,
That's all it was.
yes, but
Mellow as hell.
The other thing about the kicks was we knew who played.
Right.
Ace Nesselenge, Alan Merrick.
The same guys played here for 6 years.
Right.
They don't have the same guys playing now for 6 minutes.
Right.
Go ahead and finish that.
Anyway, who the hell are these guys? I don't know who these guys are.
Pat mentioned, Joe, the situation with the Loons. I don't think Pat has heard what we played last week about the Club Pro. What happened at that golf course? that
Oh,
we
I would
mentioned.
like Pat to hear that.
Yeah,
No,
this,
it was not profane, or did
no,
you have
not
to play
profane
them?
at all. Not profane at all. But was
Shocking.
this the Club Pro member? Was he talking about a member at
We're
the?
talking about the membership of
Gotcha.
the club.
Here we go.
Okay, guys, thanks for coming in. I just wish it was under better circumstances. As you guys know, yesterday's unseasonably warm weather allowed for some member play, which was good for the club. What wasn't good, however, was the alleged homophobic slur Stan Perry made on the 8th green while playing alongside Frank and Kathy Spunt. Let me just say right at the outset that the recent incident on the PGA Tour involving Justin Thomas has made our club hyper-vigilant. And because of that, we've instituted a new zero-tolerance policy when it comes to allowing free speech. So Stan's little slip-up yesterday will be dealt with swiftly and severely. questions. Well, the story I heard was that Stan was on the front of the green on 8, looking at about a 60-foot par putt to a back right hole location. Kathy Spunt was just off the back of the green by herself because Frank was in his pocket and had already headed over to the 9th tee. Apparently, Stan mishit his putt because he left it about 20 feet short. And according to Stan, in frustration, he said, "Way to lag it." But Kathy momentarily thought that instead of lag it, she might have heard a slur that rhymes with lag it. So based on Kathy's muddled recollection that she's since recanted, we've gone ahead and suspended Stan effective immediately for saying a word that rhymes with a word that is offensive to a marginalized community. And we're weighing a wide range of punishment options.
Now, who's the comedian?
You can't
here?
say.
Oh, it's a guy that does a podcast called. I don't know if it's a podcast or a YouTube channel. He calls
It's a
himself the
YouTube channel.
Club Pro.
But here's the
He's
best.
hilarious.
Here's the best line though, right here.
Context and intent. Listen, I don't have the luxury of wasting a bunch of time investigating things like context and intent when we got a full-fledged homophobe on the loose.
You can't say words like bag.
Yeah, he goes on and on to say all the things, the words that you
Because it
can't.
rhymes
Can
with.
no longer say a word that might rhyme with the word that other people find offensive.
Oh, that's so clever.
Well, I'm going to say this, and we can kind of, I got in big trouble at our place 20 years ago with Gelfand for using the word niggardly.
Yep, you can't use
Remember
it.
that.
Somebody being cheap.
Right.
Somebody, and
That came up in a story, Joe, didn't it,
and,
on GL recently?
and
Yeah.
and I never even gave it a third thought, and it was we decided that we wouldn't use that word. That was way ahead of the curve as far as it sounds
right.
like it might be
Right.
offensive,
Yeah.
So, so I remember haven't used it since.
No.
So
Cheap
Anyway.
works. Cheap works.
cheap
Yeah,
works.
cheap
yeah,
works.
cheap. Yeah, but you wanted something that really
Caught it,
made,
yes.
made
Right.
the person
In effect.
And I spent some time on this.
And it
did
did
the
not,
other-
and
it has
had
nothing to do with
nothing to do with the
It's
with
like
the
peanut
slander.
gallery had nothing to do with that. There's a couple of other phrases I no longer dare use because I've since learned.
You had to like the was it the Target the Target that put out the display last was
For
it
Juneteenth,
yes was it
where
was
they
it
put out the fried chicken and watermelon.
You've got to be kidding me.
no
I think it was in Atlanta.
was it I thought it was something
Well, how can you be that stupid?
I don't know I thought
This
it
was a
something-
Target?
In the lunchroom or something?
I
They had
think maybe it wasn't Target. I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay,
there, but we
so-
had a story in the paper the other day about this company that it was a lunchroom in the back. It wasn't fried chicken, but they had watermelon and
You've
some other
got to
stuff.
be kidding me.
No,
I can find
I'm going to guess somebody lost their job over that one.
well, they at least had to apologize to several thousand
Okay.
people.
StarTribune.com. St. Paul Target employees offended
yes.
over Juneteenth. Oh, now I'm getting the sign up.
By the way, Pat, the guy, if you want to look him up, the YouTube guy, he's just called the Club Pro guy.
Okay.
He's really, really funny.
Okay.
You'd enjoy it. Being the golf savant that you are, you'd enjoy it very much.
Several employees at a St. Paul Target store complained to management about a tabletop display in the break room for Juneteenth that included cherry Kool-Aid packets, watermelon candy, and servings of hot sauce.
What? You've got to be kidding
No, it
me.
gets
And then
worse.
they claimed ignorance.
Yes, the
they
display
claimed
was
they-
set up for Juneteenth by a human resources manager at the Midway Target.
A former human resources.
Wait, Joe, you said Atlanta. This happened here?
Yes. St. Paul.
Oh, it was IKEA in Atlanta.
Oh, okay. Holy cow.
Maybe we should have just left Juneteenth alone and say we're going to celebrate it, but we don't need any
What
displays.
is it the 19th?
Yes.
IKEA
Okay.
put out the big spread of chicken and watermelon
Oh my gosh!
and said,
Have at it.
You know what we need, though, Joe? I think-
Damn, I've
"We got
not
it
to
wrong."
be
they
racial
said.
about
We
that.
got it wrong.
Not to be racial about it, but I wish I was there. I love fried chicken and southern
delicious.
it's
prepared
great.
fried
It's
chicken.
great.
You know
It's
where
the
you need to
greatest.
go? You need to go to Side Chick. Justin Sutherland.
Oh, that
was a-
place is awesome.
Where at?
There's a couple of.
Yeah.
Is it Well, he's,
now that the Darriette has packed it in, which
Yes.
used to be my go-to place.
but he's
No,
come
they
under
closed.
fire.
No, it's just different family.
they open
They
again.
have the same recipes. Yeah.
Well, they announced they were closing.
It's in Uptown.
Side check 30.
Well,
3,000 block of Lindale. 30th
look
and
it up.
Lindale.
Maybe they a year ago.
why
I
are we
thought.
still here?
I wonder. Well, because we got to find out if Darriette is open
Spell
or
Darriette
not.
for me.
DARI hyphen ETTE
DARI hyphen.
ETTE.
Pat, I think since this story did happen right here in our own
Maybe
backyard,
somebody bought it from him. I don't know.
since this story broke in our own backyard in St. Paul, I think it's probably worth the time for the mayor of St. Paul to maybe hire a couple more cabinet members to get to the bottom of
Don't
this
give him
story.
any ideas.
Joe's not even listening
But
to anything we're
this
saying.
new restaurant on Lynn Lake,
What? I love the guy not allowing fireworks, even though the city doesn't have to pay for it. I love What a lunatic he is.
God, Feb 10, 2020, Darriette drive up for sale after closure.
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't been there since. Obviously, I have not been there
No, it's terrible. It's an American tragedy. That was some good chicken. Sidekicks, where is it?
side chick, and he's taken heat because he's named it side chick. It's demeaning to women because that's your side chick. But everything's made out of chicken. Justin Sutherland was on Top Chef, and he's just very creative. And you're gonna just even
So
looking at the pictures of it.
we're damn near to where they're blocking off the street then down there, right? 30th and
it's
what?
30th
Lindale.
and Lindale.
I'm going to do something for you right now. We're not leaving yet.
What are we doing? We calling the number?
Call them.
Call them.
I'm going to call them.
Call them to see if they're open or not.
That's on par, Rook, don't you think,
Yes.
with the time that we had new phones in the studio and Joe didn't know how to work them, so he begged the listener, give me a call so I know how to answer the
So I know
phone.
how to answer the phone. That was well. We started the show, but then realized that he has no idea how to work this new system.
You and I talked about it, but thought, let's just spring it on the old mayor.
Let's roll some dice.
While the
We're
show-
going to roll some dice.
Let's
on
just
this
let the show
broadcast.
happen, and then we'll see how the mayor responds as he's making the call,
He's making the call
to
right
the
now.
Darriette right now.
You guys open? Okay.
Open, Pat. Says close right now. Open 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Well, why would it be closed? Oh, Mondays? Maybe they're closed on Mondays. So
Oh, I remember what I was going to ask you, Patrick.
Okay.
You had a very controversial tweet a couple of days ago that you
Okay.
wanted answers for. Rook, you're going to love this. He tweets the following on June.
Darriette's open every day from 11 to 7,
except Mondays.
It's
Okay.
open.
All right. Good.
Joe Pat had a very controversial tweet that we must discuss briefly. On June 24th, he issued the following statement. 38 years later, the neighborhood Byerly's has moved basic breads and buns to the other side of the store without getting my permission.
Yes, right.
You're very upset by this.
I was wandering around like a drunk. And here's the worst part. You know, you got the gourmet type
That's gourmet.
brain. Yeah. The gourmet stuff stayed where it was.
Yeah.
Then the other stuff with the good preservatives in it so that you don't have, so it doesn't turn moldy in
Right,
3 days,
right.
was right there.
That's
And you could park in the back lot,
Yep.
walk in, grab your loaf of bread or hot dog buns, and walk right out.
snub
with
everybody.
now you gotta wander way over to
bringing
the
you in.
opposite end.
They're bringing you in.
Opposite end. What the hell are they trying to do? Are they doing that on purpose?
They want you to buy other items, I'm going to guess. But he did include, Rook, the thumbs down in the.
Oh, you got the thumbs
Yes.
down emoji.
Yes, it's not. I gave him hell in there. I said, 30, you know how many times, you know how much money I've spent in here, and you move the bread
Listen
and
to
don't
me.
tell anybody.
Listen to me.
You don't, why would they do that?
Where is the bread
Is it to
department?
get me to walk by more stuff?
Yes. That's exactly what it
Eye
is.
candy. You're going to find something.
That is very, very sneaky. Very sneaky.
Oh, my goodness.
And the other thing about Byerly's, I don't call it London Byerly's. I ain't doing that.
no.
What do you call
It's
it?
too much time.
Byerly's.
Yes.
It's Byerly's.
Just Byerly's.
It was always Byerly's.
Well, in my case, it was Lund's.
Yeah, you're right. It's Lunds. You don't have to say Lunds
I'm not
and
going to say
Byerly's.
line. That's
No.
two more words I don't need to say.
Right.
That's right.
And you
Damn
got to
it.
use them carefully.
We aren't on next week. So enjoy this show.
There
right?
you go. Listen to it twice.
There's Side Chick. There's your wings from Side Chick.
Ooh, I don't want wings. How about a nice hunk of fried chicken?
How about right there?
Now that's looking good.
He's gonna take care of you. And they just opened up.
Where is it?
Side Chick, 30th and Lindale. Justin Sutherland, hard worker, and he's.
You know him?
I don't know him, but I've been in touch with him. We've texted and back and
What,
forth.
trying to
There's
get
a-
some free chicken or something?
No free chicken. I'm just.
There's
I was
about a
congratulating
50%
him.
chance I'm going to stop there on the way home. I'm feeling like fried chicken right now.
Talk
Whoa!
yourself into it, didn't
Right
you?
there, brah. You fried chicken?
What's you going to do anything for the 4th?
I don't think so.
Not we don't go the place on Bay Lake. We don't do that anymore, huh?
That's going to be occupied by some others.
Okay.
I'd go down to Maximum Load Fireworks in Arcadia, Wisconsin and load up, but he's got the kind of stuff I could take out the neighborhood.
He does, right.
Oh, is
You
that
really
right?
got to be on a lake to do what he's got.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, man.
He's got the real stuff.
Like the old days with the old man.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was good.
Team Reavers is heading to Kansas City.
You can't
this
beat
weekend.
getting all the kids out there shooting Roman candles
yeah.
at each other,
Oh,
though,
that's
right?
fun.
That's
Yes.
good. You might.
I had a
very
neighbor.
minimal number of eyes lost.
I had
you
a
know?
neighbor who was overserved.
Yes.
Okay. This is a
Laying in the driveway horizontally, just shooting puddle rockets at people out of
Can't beat liquor.
Give me that.
You can't beat liquor, man. You can't. That's what we saw last night at the boxing.
Yeah.
Liquor.
Can't beat
You know,
liquor?
Tequila and there was one gal in her fist had like
Talented?
6 shots of tequila.
Yeah, that's
taking
talent.
it.
That's
Yes, it is.
That's why she was hired.
The most impressed you've ever been by anybody stopping fireworks was whom?
A cop?
No, think about it. Think about Maplewood. Who got on his knees, whipped out his pocket knife. Remember when we lit off a block of firecrackers
Lauren.
just to see
Lauren.
what it would sound like?
Yeah.
Yes, we lit up a brick in the back lot.
Lauren came out.
It was Saturday. And
Lauren didn't like him.
well, no, we realized that
This is going to go on for an
this
hour.
is going on forever. And Lauren gets down there
Yep.
on his knees
Yep.
and cuts ahead. You know, so I mean,
Yeah.
things are going off left and right. And he's like, "No, I got
It's
it."
like lighting a little fire in front of the forest fire.
Yes,
How's Lauren doing?
I have not. I've not been in touch with them, but
He's living
Are we
comfortably.
still on the air?
I think so.
He's living comfortably as a former city inspector.
yeah. If you check out
The best job in America.
if you check out step number 7,
Except if you live in Surf City, Florida.
Yes. Yes.
Or Surf Island. or
Somebody's in trouble.
oh yeah, right for the
We
collapse.
should have probably taken a little more seriously the fact that the report said this thing's going to fall down on itself if you don't do something
Right.
here pretty
But
soon.
back to Lauren. If Mr. Inspector, if you check stair number 7, you'll see the envelope there indicates that the steps are very level. Oh my God! All right.
Monday
All
Night
right.
Sports Talk, where we never introduce ourselves.
Have a good 4th of July, guys.
Hey,
because
yeah, sure.
But when we're done,
I kind of wore myself out on Juneteenth, so I don't know if I have any. Is it 10th or 10th or 10th?
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
Yep.
you know, sports talk is done.
I think those two holidays are too close together.
Yep.
We should have spread them out there a little.
well, we got to
Maybe we could move
anniversary.
July 4th. Maybe we could move July
I'll
4th.
see you.
Joe's got to go to the bank.
You know, sports talk is done when we all go to the bank.
Yes, right. This is Ricey for the Canopy Group. As you set out to explore Minnesota this summer, think about this. There are 234 cities in Minnesota with populations over 2,500. The Canopy Group has clients in all but 7 of those. Why is this fact important? Because the Canopy Group's experience in all of these Minnesota cities gives them a unique edge in getting you the best home and auto insurance coverage at the best price. Remember, the Canopy Group offers 15 insurance companies for a reason: to match your specific situation, including zip code, with the best insurance company for you. This is done every year because your situation may change. It is also true that the insurance company's appetites might change as well. This experience working throughout Minnesota provides thousands of Canopy Group clients the peace of mind knowing the Canopy Group is working for them. Please visit thecanopygroup.com.
Hey, GLers, it's Reavers here once again for Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold. And as you've been hearing over the course of the last couple of months, Josh asks you one simple question, and that's always, do you know what you own? You see, Josh's clients, they always know what they own, and Josh has found that most people that he meets with every single day, well, they don't. They absolutely have no idea. Josh has also seen retirement portfolios that have a big percentage in bonds, and there are real instances of people paying more in commissions and fees than they can possibly make on the rate of return that those bonds currently yield. So Josh begs of you, know what you own. And you'll hear from Mr. Money Talk later today here in Garage Logic to give you a specialized report on the goings-on in the market today. Trust is often overused, and it's even harder to find. Please, you can take it from me that you can trust Josh. So give him a call today for that free 48-minute financial consultation, and you do so by calling 952-925-5608. Once again, that's 952-925-5608 for Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold.
EcoFun has e-bikes in stock. And why is that important? Because every other bike retailer is out of stock and will not be getting new e-bikes until December or January. You can't even get one for Christmas from them. The weather is warming up, so if you are in the market for an e-bike, scooter, or ATV, go to EcoFun right now. EcoFun Motorsports in Forest Lake. Talk with Tim Bloom, the owner of EcoFun Motorsports in Forest Lake. Tim and his family will help you select the e-bike that is right for you, and they will deliver it to your front door in the metro area. Right now, EcoFun has Bentelli e-bikes and Yamaha Motor Assist bikes in stock. EcoFun also carries the full line of Yamaha scooters, motorcycles, and a wide variety of Yamaha ATVs, including ATVs for kids. Check out EcoFun Motorsports in Forest Lake and online at ecofunmotorsports.com and tell Tim that old bicycler Patrick Racy sent you.
To be your best every day, you need proven quality sleep every night. Science proves your best sleep is vital to your mental, emotional, and physical health. And that's where the Sleep Number bed comes in. And let me tell you, ever since I've had it, my sleep IQ score is just going higher and higher. And did you know 8 out of 10 couples say that one of them sleeps too hot or too cold? Science tells us regulating your sleep temperature leads to higher quality sleep. For many couples, temperature struggles are a real challenge. So here are some tips to help you both sleep just right. Look for beds designed with temperature benefits, such as the new Sleep Number Climate 360 Smart Bed that actively warms and cools each side so you both sleep blissfully comfortable. And now save 40% on the Sleep Number 360 Special Edition Smart Bed, plus special financing for a limited time. Only at Sleep Number stores or sleepnumber.com/podcast1. Sleep Number, the official sleep and wellness partner of the National Football League. Subject to credit approval, minimum monthly payments required. See sleepnumber.com for details.